Hello everybody, my name is Poison Ducky and we're having another Total War Warhammer True Replay, and I'm going to be playing as the Warriors of Chaos and my opponent's going to be playing the Wood Elves, and his name's Death to all, which is funny because that's what the Chaos does. Death to all, not the Wood Elves. Wood Elves is like death to everything but trees. Alright, let's get into my army composition. It is quite simple, and I like simple. It's easy to use. Have you ever seen 4 units of Chaos Warriors, all of them with shields? Well, now you have, in line. Have you seen 3 units of Chaos Marauders on the flanks? Well, you have. And then you have a unit of Chosen, the best axe infantry ever, with amazing stats, a 46 melee attack and 60 melee defense, along with 120 armor. Yeah, you're not hurting these guys very much, unless you have, like, a lot of arrows. Like, you need quite a bit. I have another unit of Chosen behind the Chaos Warriors, and I have 3 more Chaos Marauders on the left flank, being followed by a unit of Chosen whatsoever. Now, if you are counting, that's 4 units of Chaos Warriors, 6 units of Chaos Marauders, 3 units of Chosen, and that's not even counting the 1 unit of Mirror Guard, which is the special Chaos Warriors that are faster. Plus the Mirror Lord himself, the Prince of Sigvald the Magnificent. You're not shooting him down, or without a lot of effort at least. And of course 1 spellcaster, the Chaos Sorcerer Death with Spirit Leech. Gotta use some of my winds of magic somehow, so as you can see, I have no ranged. I have so much infantry, and I'm going to rush you down with it. Now, how is my opponent going to deal with that? Well, my opponent is the Wood Elves, obviously, as I said before, and he's going to have some Rangers, the Wild Wood Rangers, the Wardens of Scythrall. Fantastic armor-piercing anti-large, really good against large units. Unfortunately, I don't have any large units, but his main firepower in terms of range is going to be the Hawk Eyes of Drakira, which are the Way Watchers with armor-piercing missiles. Such fantastic range at 190. This is one of the most powerful archer units in the game, but unfortunately low model count. Very low model count, but high ammunition. So this unit is very powerful and is 42 speed, so I'm not going to catch him anytime soon, and they're going to start firing, and they fire in the move. Forgot to say that, which is just absurd. Just so much power in 1 unit. That's why they're so expensive. 2 units of Wild Riders, which they're Force Stock, Damage Dealer, just Frenzy, just fantastic stats overall, but no armor piercing. So that's not... While they will do a lot of damage against Chaos Marauders, they will not do a lot of damage against Chosen and Chaos Warriors, I'll have you know. His leader is going to be the Mighty Orion, which is, oddly enough, a large target, even though he's not that much bigger than an infantry, but he is a large target. And he's anti-large, so something I don't have. No anti-large. Anti-large doesn't work on me. He's going to have some Eternal Guard with shields. 2 in the front, just useless infantry chaff. They're going to get killed really relatively quickly. And War Dancers. 2 units of War Dancers. Fairly good anti-infantry. Very good against Chaos Marauders. Unfortunately, there's a severe lack of armor-piercing damage, so that's going to be an issue for him. And the Treekin, the Firebark Elders. Now, this is a very powerful unit, actually. A very good matchup for them against my infantry, as they not only are they armored, they're fire resistant, they are physical resistant. Like, look at this. Just okay, come on, I believe in you. 20% resistance, missile resistance, fire resistance, so much damage. And they have the spell Singer of Life, of course. One of the Lore of Life is one of the best spells lores in the game, hands down. Gains a lot of value. And interesting enough, it's just a very elite build, very few Wood Elves to be found, but how does he deal with the onslaught of chaos? Now here, obviously, my units are short. Oh, he's going to fire into my Chaos Sorcerer. He's going to try and attempt to just snipe him. Now I'm going to send him over here. I'm going to make him run away. He's quite valuable, and he's the only unit in this army that doesn't have a shield, so it's unfortunate that he would fire at him. Got to make sure, but I've got those Wood Elves on the run. He's going to fire some more archers here. I believe my opponent does have the archers on the only fire on command option, which is smart for him because ammo needs to be conserved. and he sends out Orion. And I see this. And Orion's going to try to charge my Chaos Marauders. So I'm going to send them back. They are slower, and I'm going to send over a... To intercept is going to be my Chosen. Make sure... Orion has very low armor to begin with. So even the Chosen will just destroy Orion if they make contact. Orion does a lot of damage, though. He's quite dangerous in that matter. But here comes Sigvald. Essentially almost a hard counter against Orion, as Sigvald does not have armor piercing, but he is a duelist, and he's very good against enemy lords. And in this case, with all his buffs active, he's going to just destroy Orion. Look at that. One strike. Already at 66%. I'm going to use a little bit of magic here, but nothing my Chaos Warriors can't handle. And the battle at the front lines began. My armored Chaos Warriors versus some measly spears. Something that will not go well for him. Now the Way Watchers are going to be continuously sniping my Sorcerer, and that's okay. I'm just going to make sure he runs away. And Chaos Warriors versus War Dancers. War Dancers are anti-infantry. They're quite good, but no armor piercing. So my Chaos Warriors actually end up winning against the War Dancers. And not only that, my Chosen haven't even made it into the battlefield yet. So on the flanks, my Chaos Warriors are going to be fighting the Marauders, are going to be fighting the Eternal Guard. Pretty decent matchup, very cost efficient for my Chaos Marauders, and I'm going to get a flank in with my other 2 units of Chaos Marauders. It says unit winning here, and that might, but that's going to change, especially when you get flanked by Marauders. Now, obviously, I'm going to break through the flanks. Luckily for him, my opponent, not luckily, but a good play by opponent, he does send the Firebark Elders in to try to defend Orion, but Orion is taking a massive beating. He's already nearing his healing cap, might I say, and Sigvald, he's doing just fine. Except for that spear. You know what, that wasn't very nice, but you know. Now, the Wild Riders are going to be the biggest value train for my opponent, as they can just continuously charge into Chaos Marauders. And the Marauders will break as they have no armor, but charge them into Chosen, charge them into Chaos Warriors, and that will very much change. You can see I have a full collapse on the opponent's infantry. I have Chaos Warriors behind them, Chaos Warriors in front of them, the Mirror Guard. I've got Chosen. He's going to try to do some hammer and anvil here. I'm going to it's the best thing the Wild Riders can do. Charge into the backsides of my infantry. It's unfortunate that you charge into the backside of Chosen. That's a terrible matchup here. Now I'm going to have my 1 stray unit of Chaos Marauders chase these Way Watchers. Make sure while they are going to outrun the Marauders, I'm going to make sure they get pressured. The Way Watchers are the most powerful unit of this High Elf, not High Elf, what am I talking about? Wood Elf army, and they need to be dealt with. Now over here, a Spirit Leech and Sigvald going at it. Sigvald's actually taking a decent amount of damage, but he's still regenerating. And I believe Orion's going to actually go down to a swing from the mighty Sigvald. Ooh, I'm surprised that didn't take him down. Maybe one last swing. Ooh, okay, the melee defense is holding up. Oh, it's a pretty powerful duel. And Orion falls. Another charge of the Wild Riders into my infantry, and unfortunately Chaos Marauders are just not dealt to fight cavalry very well, or if you can call deer cavalry, but they're very effective. The Spell Singer of Life doing damage as well, and the Way Watchers getting really good shots into Sigvald. Now Sigvald does have a shield, and he has high armor, but what he is using, what remaining ammo he has left, to just snipe my lord. Now I'm going to have to move him to face him so that he at least reflects 50% of the shots, but then I change my mind and I try to get him out of range, and I just underestimate the massive range that the High Elves have. Look at his health. He only has 700 and he has to run away. I'm trying to pressure the Way Watchers with what little units I have, and my opponent actually has the advantage in balance of power. What a surprise. And with this little snipe here, I believe one last volley is going to kill him. So Sigvald actually falls. But he did do his job, and he did snipe. But a little smoke bomb is going to come off to slow the speed of my Chaos Marauders. But they've already caught this silly archers. But unfortunately, they're going to rout. Wow, Chaos Marauders are supposed to be the strongest units, or at least the warriors of the dark gods. But that didn't work out. Little friendly fire by the Way Watchers, actually hitting the glade. What are they called again? The Wild Riders, of course. And Balance of Power actually goes back into my favor. With my Chosen still up, there's not much my opponent can do. And I still have Chaos Warriors, of course. Wild Riders are going to rout here. They've taken, my opponent has taken very heavy casualties. I mean, me as well, but I have 390 units left, while my opponent only has 120. Treekin did a very good job. 20 kills only, but a lot of HP damage. And really tanked for my opponent. But even enough Chosen can take down a Treekin. I do get a catch on the Way Watchers. Way Watchers are good in melee, but not good enough. Not against the Mirror Guard, at least. If this one Mirror Guard dies, I'd be quite disappointed in him. Very cinematic battle. And a very... I like this battle as it was so micro... So little micro was like needed. I just kind of charged my infantry at everything that I could. And it worked out. And this is what... It's a counter pick. I think Chaos... I actually expected more ranged options from my opponent. My opponent only choosing one ranged option. That's actually a pretty bad thing to happen. Like if my opponent chose Tree Men or something like that, that would have been terrible. But he spent too much money on so many... All of his units did not have armor piercing except for his Way Watchers, and armor piercing is kind of a must against Chaos, no matter what composition they take. And there goes the remnants of the mighty Way Watchers. Now I'm getting my units here. I'm making sure they... Oh, God. Just kill it. What's taking so long? My opponent's going to be... Oh, finally. My opponent is going to be regrouping in the distance, making sure... And I have the mobility disadvantage here. I realize that, so I'm just going to stand here. I can wait. My units are very tired, and I don't want them to be very tired for very long. I'm going to make sure they get back, they get rested, so they can move at full speed and fight at higher combat efficiency. Now, I do have the Mirror God here run at the Way Watchers, but shortly after, I'm going to realize that's pointless. And I'm just going to attempt to chase the Way Watchers, but they're out of ammo, and once Way Watchers are out of ammo, they're no longer that useful. Alright, I'm just making sure my units get some more rest. They're very tired. Oh, they're only tired now. They're not even exhausted anymore. Like tired, winded even. Fresh. Quite nice. So my units are going to be very, very efficient as their vigor comes back to them. And they have no ammo. They have some spears, which will do nothing against my Chosen. They have some War Dancers, which will do very little against my Chosen. And the only real dangerous unit they have left are the Way Watchers, but the HP is just too low, and with that, my opponent will have to concede this battle. Spearman. I put in 3 units of Chosen in this battle, and by the end of the battle, I still had 3 units of Chosen. Blood for the Blood God. And that becomes a Pyrrhic victory. A little lesson to be learned in this match. You really don't need to be super micro-intensive, very outplay your opponent kind of armies. Sometimes you just need to pick what your opponent wouldn't expect. I'm sure my opponent would have expected more monsters or anything, but just 6 units of Chaos Marauders, 4 units of Chaos Warriors, 3 units of Chosen, and the Mirror Guard, along with a Lord that's not large, and just a caster with only 1 spell. Like, I may have had more losses, but I annihilated these Wood Elves. So Yeah, it's 36 kills, 25. Everything is just so effective against the low armor of the Wood Elves, which is nice. You don't need to bring any great weapons or such. And if my opponent brought any more range, that would have been even a quicker loss, as archers just don't do enough against the Chosen. The Chosen, look at how much health they have left. And there was still left at the end of the match. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, leave a like. And if you want more, please subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.